Hello everybody, welcome back. Today we're going to be playing another game of League of Legends. I am the Strategy Professor, and this is another episode in our ongoing series, How to Carry as Support to Diamond. So, if you're joining us for the first time, I play every single game as support, and I very, very rarely duo queue. And usually when I duo queue, it's with people that are in a lower division. I'm in Platinum right now, but usually if I duo, it's just with friends who are in Gold. As you can see, the solo here. I do it with friends who are in Gold, and we lose quite often. But I just like to occasionally play with some friends, just to be nice, even though I know I'm probably going to lose elo with it. But I'm going to rebrand the series also. I've already rebranded it once, but I really want to stand out a little bit from the other series that are out there. And I haven't seen one yet. Some of these unranked diamond accounts that pledge to consistently play support all the way from, unranked to diamond. So I start every season. I've been doing this for years. So I've almost gotten to diamond. I've gotten to Platinum 1 3 of the last 4 seasons. And the other season I was Platinum 4. And I've done it all with support and very rarely duo queuing ever since Season 3. So I think it'd be really neat to see that, because I want to challenge the common, I think, misconception that in order to win games you have to quote-unquote carry, which means getting the most gold on your team, getting all the kills, making all the plays, playing certain roles like mid or jungle or things where you can carry. I think you can carry from anywhere. And, I think that a lot of that, if you think critically about and you just kind of unpack some of those claims, I think that sometimes they're misleading. So, for example, as support, you're not going to get a lot of gold. You're not going to get a lot of kills. But you can protect the people who do get gold and kills on your team. So if Lucian gets fed, I can protect him. If the mid laner gets fed, I can protect him or her. And you always have it in your power not to die as well. I think that's something that is not talked about very much. Everyone says you need to be assertive, you need to go for the big plays. Well, if you don't die, that's also a big play, because then you're not giving the plays to your opponent. I guess I'll just ban Swain. So it doesn't mean that you play passive and that you don't make plays, you don't try things, but I think there's a lot of misinformation out there about what carrying actually means. So in this series, we're trying to address that. We're trying to show that just with good critical thinking, you don't have to play super high mechanical champions like Zed or Nidalee or something like that to carry. You can carry just playing. I mean, Tahm is not a high mechanical champion, but he has very, very difficult decisions to make quite often. Yeah, basically just by good critical thinking, good strategic thinking, and good sort of leading skills in making calls, leading your team to victory. That's most important. And I think as a support, you're in the best position to do that, because you don't have to CS. So you can make calls, you can watch the minimap, you can ping things, you can let other lanes know when lanes are missing. You don't only have to call missing in your lane. Okay, I'm just waiting on this guy. Okay.
Lady Lucky's smiling.
You're in the best position to do that. So, okay, so we're against a Morgan, a Sivir. I think Sivir's extremely powerful right now. I don't like this matchup. I don't know how Garen works into Darius. I'm gonna go Tahm MR, I guess. I don't expect a ton of harass early, but I'll go ahead and get it. So think about that. Think outside the box. You can ping back as support. You can ping that other people are missing. So if mid lane's missing, you can ping it. Or if there's a jungler running up the river to top lane or something, you can ping that. You don't only have to be watching your lane and pinging your lane. You can ping anywhere on the map. And as a support, you have the luxury of being able to do that better than other roles because you don't have to CS. Also, because you don't have to CS, you're able to rotate, so you're able to help the jungler if they want to invade. You're able to help if our jungle gets invaded. You're able to go put wards in meaningful spots and keep them up. You're able to roam mid and try to make a play and then come back bottom. So you have almost not quite as much freedom as the jungler in terms of roam, but you have a lot of mobility, and because you don't have to CS, you have a lot of visibility potentially on the map. Okay, so we're just going to start with Relic Shield and Refillable. Now, if you haven't watched any of my videos before, I mean, we have an entire series on this. I just have to kind of rebrand it a little bit and rename it. But there's a lot of Tahm Kench. I hope he's kidding. I'm not going to respond to that, but I hope he's kidding because as a TF, you definitely want to be roaming. Like, that's TF's whole thing. Oh, it's Morg. What's their support? Karma support. Okay, well, it's a good thing I took the MR. Well, Refillable is a little dangerous with Karma support. I didn't realize we had a Rumble jungle either. I guess that's okay. I don't really know how that works. I mean, frankly, you know, I say that you should dodge way more games than normally people do, but this is I'm in the series for Platinum 4, so I can't dodge either way. So we'll eat. But if you haven't watched my other videos, I just like Tahm. He's very tanky. He's very good in most metas or most compositions. But most importantly, he saves enemies. Like, oh shit! Oops, forgot to. Sorry for the cussing. So that was pretty dumb. So I was just talking so much that I forgot to level that up. So usually you would eat the Gromp there. I was like pressing W, but I hadn't actually leveled it up. But the number one way that I lose games typically is there'll be an ally who's out of position who just constantly gets caught by CC. And so Tahm saves people better than any other champion. Karma's not using her her thing. Put a little damage on it. I mean, you should go for Q if you're not going to clear the Gromp. I think you should clear the Gromp. So that's why I usually don't open with Q, is because I want to get the Gromp. So you lose a little bit of harass, but in most situations, you're able to help your jungler. I was just a fool this time. I think Karma... Oh, she's over there. Okay. I mean, if she wants to trade mana, that's fine. Her shield is way more expensive than my Chomp, so I'm okay with that. I think Sivir's the most powerful AD carry right now, just for the record. She has engage, she has disengage, she has extremely high teamfight damage. She's able to block a lot of skill shots. I think she's very good. Nope, give me that, give me that, give me that. Okay, so I took way too much harass for that, but I was trying to eat it. I don't know if she deliberately blocked that or not, but if she did, good for her, but this Karma's not very good. Should be harassing us way more than that, so that's good. I mean, Tahm is not the most dominant laner in the world. Now, he's great on ganks, because he has really good CC. If they don't flash and you hit them with the tongue lash, they're dead. Most of the time. But, and that's another misconception that I would like to try to dispel, is that, you know, people say, oh, you have to completely dominate your lane. You have to win by, you know, 50 CS and get all these kills to win lane. It's like, well, that's helpful, sure. But you don't have to do that. Like, you can have a champion that's really good in the mid game as well, like Tahm Kench. He has a lot of mobility. He's very tanky, and he's very good with ganks. So yeah, he's not the most lane dominant presence, but I'll tell you, and this is coming from someone who mained Nami also in Season 4, so I mean, I probably have well north of 600 Nami games under my belt over the years. You can dominate with champs like Nami early in the game. But even if you get that domination, especially at lower elos, and I can still consider this a pretty low elo, even if you get that kind of domination, it doesn't often translate into much if you don't get the kills, because the AD carry is still going to miss a lot of CS on your team. So, I mean, I've had total domination where I've made the other lane back. I've just done all sorts of things to help out with the lane, and it just hasn't translated into much of an advantage. And then in the mid game, you're versus assassins, you can get caught out, you can get picked, and you just can't peel for your allies well. So I think that really heavy early game domination champions like Nami is still pretty good. I just don't like her with a lot of champs, but I'm just saying that a lot of times, a lot of that really good harass that you can get in lane, ADCs just won't capitalize on that. Unless you're duoing with someone, then maybe. But they just won't capitalize on it. So it's kind of a waste of time. I don't know. Okay, is he actually going to come do it? I know he's getting scuttle right now, but yeah, got her flash. That's fine. Watch out for a counter gank. See, once the play's dead, once they flash, you need to back up because there's a chance their jungler could be coming. You don't want really extended gank fights a lot of the time. Unless we like knew TF was coming or something. So getting her flash is fine. There's a chance I didn't need to use my exhaust there on her. I could have just tongue lashed her first, but if she didn't flash, I could tongue lash her again and kill her. Okay, so they just warded that. Okay, so now my tongue lash is much more efficient than her her move. I'm kind of watching mid here. Can't really tell what's going to happen there. It's just such heavy harass. It's going to be really hard to deal with anything. Okay, so I'm just trying to be a lot more explicit about like the pathing and things like that, because there's so often what'll happen is my favorite thing to do, especially on blue side, is go right here, and you can Tahm warp all the way to here behind him, and it's real easy kills. But what the jungler will do if you don't tell them is they'll like run around here or run like this way, and those are very common ward areas, so they'll know that they're in the area and it ruins the whole thing. Or even worse yet, their jungler comes for a counter gank because they know. So now they're already going to be a little on guard because of TF, but if TF is showing in the middle, then they'll probably come up. Now they may have warded around blue. They were gone for a little bit. Like a higher level jungler will probably be aware, you know, that there could be wards there, but I've just seen way too many games where people just don't respect the wards at all. Okay, he's coming. Should be pretty easy. Okay, good. Triple kill. That's how you do it right there. So just call it out. Be more explicit. That's what I've learned in my last few games. Oh, I'm going to get this pink right here. Yeah, okay. That's fine. Yeah, he's right. We should do dragon. I kind of wanted to buy, but everyone's dead, so it's like, why not? You need to get something off of kills. His damage is a little low, and he's not very tanky, but I can tank it, so. I'm a little worried about Morg, but I think it'll be okay. Just try to spike it. Now, they are going to get a bit of pressure on the lane. Yeah, I mean, Lucian's right. We are low on things. See, we got the dragon, but we didn't get to back. So that means we don't really have an advantage from the last fight. We haven't been able to spend that gold yet. So, you know, getting kills is good, but if you don't do anything with the gold, then it doesn't matter. But we are able to sustain up a little bit because I have the health item. So Gragas is around there. Yeah. So if you're playing, if you get a jungler that's actually smart and on board with that, yeah, we need to buy. If we get a jungler who's smart and actually uses that, like, you can get so many kills. I mean, if you want to duo queue, and there's nothing wrong with duo queuing, I think it's fine. Just a lot of the people that still play with me are lower than I am, either lower or way higher. They're either diamond or gold. So I don't have a lot of people that are kind of right in my elo range. I'm gonna go ahead and just get a fairy charm. It's a little weird, but then this is an awesome combo if you duo with a jungler and you're Tahm Kench, especially just like a jungler that has a lot of damage, you know, and has a lot of CC burst. I mean, almost any jungler will work. But yeah, just do this all day. Just pink this. Or you can just warp in lane and just warp down on them. It'll work at least twice, if not more. So I need to push this up and then go ward. But yeah, I mean, there was actually... so part of my Platinum 1 journey, part of my Platinum 1 journey this time, I was Platinum 5 for a while, and I just expedited. I started duoing, so I did duo for about a couple of weeks, but I would say within the period of 3 days... Oh, did it not do it? Oh. Yeah, I don't think it gave him credit for that. It may have. I don't know. But I duoed with the Jinx in lane, which is standard. But then I would also duo with a jungler. Like, dude, Twisted Fate, it's 1-7. Like, just don't die. Okay, I need to get this out of there. I'm just gonna have to give it up. The Twisted Fate needs to be warping other places and doing things. Or at least pushing the lane up. I don't know. I mean, he's dead right there. But anyways, I was... what does Lucian have? Okay, so he's got Ghostblade. What does she have? She doesn't have her item yet. See if they come up a little bit. Oh, dang it. Come on. Maybe didn't need to eat him there. I don't know. It's tough to tell how much threat there was. We probably need to just back up. That's fine. So, Rumble went a little too hardcore there, but it's okay. But anyways, yeah, so I duoed with the jungler some on the way up there, and it's just Tahm Kench is a phenomenal ganker. Okay, who's winning over there? Morg, sort of, I guess. Okay, so we'll get a locket. And a pink. And we need to switch this over. Okay. Okay, we need to... He needs to get out of there. Is he gonna jump over the wall? Okay, good. So just about milk that for all we can. We might be able to get him again, but... They'll almost certainly counter gank it. I mean, we've done it like 4 times. You know. I need to get more wards on Gragas in the river, though. The problem is Sivir keeps pushing up so hardcore. That makes her easy to gank, but it also makes it difficult for me to ward. Because then if I go ward, I'm going to miss, you know, a wave or 2 of experience, and that's quite a lot. So she's trying to clear that. Dang it, that seriously woke that up. Ah, that's annoying. I thought she hit me with it. I guess it hits everything around her. So Gragas is hanging out bottom quite a lot. What does Karma have? Basically nothing. They're trying to protect that pink. It's fine, whatever. I just wanted to make sure Rumble got out of there. Alright, yeah, Morg's coming. I'd rather get this tower, honestly, just to break the map open a little bit. Yeah, we are getting a lot of kills here, but we need to translate that to other places. We have TF and and me. So we have basically 2 semi-globals.
I refuse to succumb to culinary degradation.
I'm a little bit low, so I don't want to get caught by a Morg bind and blown up. Like that. Got her. Nice. With the flash. I get so mad when Garen does that to me. Oh, I'm gonna go down here. It's a little greedy. I kind of want the experience though. I'm gonna have to run. They really want these kills. Now Gragas might come over this wall, but I think Rumble can... I think we can kill him if he does that. See, just like that, you can just watch other lanes and just let them know that trouble's coming. I kind of need a pink here. Yeah, let's get a couple pinks.
To covet is to starve.
So if you're TF, if you're in TF's place, yeah, you're getting beat up in lane pretty bad, but just keep in mind what all's going around you. Like, just be aware of the game. Like, if the game is 1-7 and you're losing your lane, it's okay. That means other lanes are winning. So all you have to do is not lose, and you'll win. Because other teams will win for you. Or they will win. You will win the game. You'll get a W. That's all that matters. It doesn't matter how you do in lane. Like, you don't get any bonuses for, you know, going 20-0 and winning a game. You get a W. You could go 0-20 or 20-0. Obviously, you would like to go 20-0, but if you're just trying to get W's, you can't be obsessed with individual performance. You have to look at how your team's going to do. Nice. Okay, sweet. God. Dude, they must have been so mad. I imagine, like, I've probably made somebody throw their keyboard through the window. I think at least once. I like to just think that to myself. Tahm Kench. I'd be so mad if I was them. Yeah, we need to get out of here. These places are pretty dangerous if they have wards. Alright, he got it. Okay. What do they have? I think I just want a ZZ just to end the game because we're doing so well. I just want that extra push.
Let us eat voraciously and overindulge.
ZZ is not an item that you see a lot in professional play. Its stats are okay. I mean, it's 55 MR, 55 armor. It doesn't have CDR, and it doesn't have health. They're the biggest knocks against it. What it does have is push health. So a lot of times it's just, it can be really hard to close out games in solo queue. People are just off doing random things they shouldn't be doing. Like, they just won't group up and finish off the game. So, ZZ just helps you take down those towers. Is Sivir gonna stay bottom or is she leaving? I think she's leaving. Okay. Okay, no, she's not. We can get her. It's a little on the dangerous side, but I think I'm okay. Did she run away? I can't tell if she did or not. No, she's right here. That's fine. Actually, that's not fine. Too many. I'm probably gonna die. I didn't expect all 5 people to be there. Yeah, I'm dead. That's fine. Garen's gonna get the tower for it, probably. Where did they even come from? Like, I guess they were all just like hiding in this bush and Sivir was baiting for him or something? I don't really know. It's pretty nice. No, you lead with the wild cards first, TF. Okay, well, that's fine. Oh, now they might get Garen. Yeah, they're going to get Garen also. But we did get a base tower, and we got a lot of kills. That was a 2 for 4, I think. And 2 for 3. And we got a base tower, so it ended up being okay. It was too dangerous on the pathing. I just didn't think there was any way they were going to be in the river to cut me off. But...
True appetite never wanes.
Alright. So yeah, I should have just gone the safe way there. I was trying to get cute and kill that ward. You shouldn't really do that when the jungler is like sitting right next to you and you don't have immediate backup. I was just getting a little too cocky there, so I paid the price for it. Like, you really shouldn't do Baron unless you have, like, just do Baron less than you do, probably. I mean, that's sort of my thought process on it. Garen's splitting. Like, unless you just win a massive team fight, or or you have lane pressure with like an inhibitor, this Lucian's in a very dangerous place. Gragas could do that, yeah. Nice. No, don't do it, TF. Don't do it. I don't know. I feel like... I should have probably let him tank a little bit more of that, honestly, but... Okay, yeah, let's just get it.
Has destroyed a turret.
There we go. They're gonna kill TF, but we're gonna get this inhibitor, at least one inhibitor. We maybe get a second one. Come on, Lucian, get over here. Quick, 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 buddy. I need to get out of here. Well, maybe not. Okay. I think we can kite him all the way back. Can we get this guy? No, 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 no. Let's not do that. Alright, let's... So with 2 inhibitors down, I don't think we're going to be able to... Or I don't think they're going to be able to do that much to stop us from getting Baron. That's fine. Just take your small advantage. Like, you don't have to try to win the game right there. You don't have to turn around and fight him. Just take the win. We got 2 inhibitors. Just back up. Go get Baron. We'll go ahead and put this... Get this going right here. Put this over here. 2... 3... And 1 right here. Okay. There we go. Yeah, you just don't... You obviously don't want to spit out Darius on top of them. Just use that. Just use your mobility. Alright, with 3 down, probably win this. It's a little dicey. If he gets his ult back, I just have to keep him off of Lucian. Okay, good. So the reason it was kind of dangerous there, how it had to run around like that at the end, is because Tahm Kench's Eat actually eats the first eligible target in front of him when you press W. So that's something I didn't realize for quite a long time after hundreds of games of Tahm that I just realized recently, is it's not a point-click Eat. It is a skill shot of sorts. Now, it's a very close skill shot. It only has like 150 range or something like that. But it does eat what's in front. So I had to walk around the TF that was blocking my mouth so that I could get to the Lucian to eat him out of the Gragas. That's why I didn't just immediately eat Lucian right there. Or try to eat Lucian, because it would have eaten TF instead. So that's just a little tip to keep in mind. Yeah, I don't understand the S system here. Like, I 2, 1, and 13. So that was like a 15 KDA, and I don't get an S. Lucian also didn't get an S, and he's 7, 1, and 9. So I don't know if that's based on, like, other games that you've played with that champion, or, like, what. I don't know. But, anyways, okay, what did we learn that game? I think just how to coordinate better with the jungler with Tahm Kench. That's really kind of the big thing that I think I'm taking out of this, is that you need to tell your jungler like where to be, when to be, and like where to go for the Tahm Kench ult. Now, obviously, don't be bossy, don't be aggressive, you know. Don't be too assuming. I mean, most junglers won't be as good as this Rumble is in terms of recognizing, you know, something you can exploit. So with Sivir and Karma, yeah, they're quick, but if you get behind them, then it's pretty easy to run them down, especially because I have a slow and Rumble has a slow that we can use. And Rumble has really high burst damage. So, yeah, we just recognized that, and we got, I don't know how many kills spot him. It was a lot. It was like probably 5 or 6 kills. Yes, Lucian, well, he only died once, actually. I thought he died more than that when we were doing those operations. But Lucian did die once there. But I think it was overall pretty good. So just communicating with the jungler, just telling them to come up the lane so they don't walk over wards, that kind of thing is good. I think, yeah, just leveraging your ult. So if you notice, whenever we took towers and there was pressure in other lanes, so when they were trying to chase down TF top, I immediately ulted bot with Lucian. Now, Lucian was pretty on the ball, too. Like, he understood what Tahm Kench's ult did, and he trusted me with that ult. So, we were able to grab inhibitor, we were able to go get towers sometimes. Like, we were able to do a lot of very useful things. So, So yeah, I think that's it. I think that's why Tahm Kench is great. And I mean, this is a good example of why you can carry a support, right? So I made a lot of plays with Tahm Kench. Did I dominate the lane? No. I would say we probably lost the lane in terms of just CS. But remember, you don't have to win the lane to win the game. Look, Lucian's behind in kills. But you know what he does have? Or in CS, rather. But you know what he does have? He has a lot of kills. Because Tahm Kench has that mid-game spike if your jungler comes. Even if the jungler doesn't come, you can still warp and go get things. Like, you can warp and go gank middle. You can get bottom tower and then warp immediately to dragon and get that. Like, he really helps you pick up multiple objectives on kills. So you may not have enough time normally. So normally if we were just to run down to bottom inhibitor with Lucian, for example, there, near the end of the game, to try to grab that inhibitor, we would be way too late. So they would have already killed Twisted Fate, and we wouldn't have gotten it. But because I'm Tahm Kench, and we have really high mobility, then we're able to get down there quickly, get the inhibitor, get out with minimal losses. So that's really good. And they just buffed him a couple of patches ago in terms of his mid-game mobility. So they increased the range of his R, and they increased, they decreased the cast time. So it casts in probably like 2 seconds or something now, maybe? I'm not 100% sure, but it feels much more smooth and quick when they hop in your mouth. You appear much faster. I think it's like a half a second faster, which feels like an eternity when you're trying to do those ganks. So yeah, just because Tahm Kench isn't lane dominant doesn't mean that he can't be a good champion. So don't feel like you have to pick something that's lane dominant. You know, don't feel like you have to pick Leona or Nami or Sona or something like that to win the game. You don't. Like, Tahm Kench is a good example of that. He's not lane dominant, but he has decent poke, he has decent survivability, and he's very, very good with ganks, either with his ult or just normal ganks, because his tongue lash slows for quite a bit. And like I said, if you land that tongue lash, you're almost certainly going to be able to land a chomp on him. So they're going to have to flash. Because if you get them in that chomp in a gank situation where it's 3-on-2, they're 100% dead. Because you can walk them back right into your allies. If you have a Vayne, you can walk them right next to a wall where the Vayne can hit them. You can walk them and set them down right on top of Jinx traps. Like, his chomp is so good in ganks and in conjunction with other CC. And the fact that it does a ton of damage. Even at level 1, it's like 22% of their max health or something. Like, it's a lot of damage. So Tahm Kench is a very good team player, but he's not lane dominant in the sense of Nami, Leona, Braum, things like that. So you don't have to play lane dominant champions to carry. You don't have to get kills to carry. You don't have to get a lot of gold to carry. You just have to make good calls. So I was directing them. I was making calls. Twisted Fate's like, hey, let's do Baron. And I was like, well, that sounds like a good idea. So try to be positive. It sounds like a good idea, but let's get a couple of inhibitors first since they're open, and then we can get Baron. And so that's what we did. We didn't even have to get Baron. It was just, I don't think we got Baron that game. I can't remember. I don't think we did. I think we just won some team fights and just walked it up the lane. So yeah. Oh, we didn't even have to do Baron. We just basically baited Baron and then Morg face checked that bush. That's another thing, guys, that we can learn from the other team is if you're down 2 inhibitors, you have to give up Baron. Just let it go, because the vast majority of they can wait. They can sit there and just wait on your inhibitors to get pushed in. And then not only do they have Baron once they get it, but then the lanes are already pushed in all the way. So the best course of action is just to hang out on your base. If there's 2 inhibitors down, just give them the Baron and just keep the base as clear as you possibly can, and then just fight them. The Baron buff is not insurmountable anymore. It doesn't give the regen. So it's not insurmountable in a team fight. It just helps lanes push better. That's its primary purpose. So if you keep the lanes up, that kind of neutralizes Baron at least a little bit. Not a lot, but a little bit. But just think of the risk-reward as well in that situation. Like, okay, if you're Morg, you're running up there, you're by yourself, what are you going to do? Like, just what is she going to do? Like, in a best-case scenario, she might get a shot at throwing a Q at Baron. So now you've got a Q versus a smite and every other like damaging ability that people on our team have. I guess you can try to zone, right? Like you can try to throw a Q, maybe hit somebody, throw a W in there, just try to scare us off of Baron. But you're not really gonna probably do that by yourself, right? even if she had her team there, like, what's the advantage of their whole team running in there like that? We can back up, as I said before, and just wait, and they're eventually gonna have to go bot lane. If they have a really good, strong person that can clear double supers, I don't think Darius is that person, but let's say that they had, I don't even know what that person would be, like Kale or something maybe, just something that could clear double supers and could teleport in. It still is very dicey because when that person teleports in, it's still going to push into their base. So if the fight drags out for a long time, then their base is still going to get crushed. So even in the best case scenario, you can't really contest Baron with 2 inhibitors down. Like, the only possible way is if the other lanes are already pushed up and you feel you can catch someone out and you just have a super good team fight, like, maybe you can do it, but in general, I think you should just let it go with 2 inhibitors down. With 1 inhibitor down, you can maybe contest and just have your person with teleport hold on to the downed lane. But with 2 down, really hard to deal with that. Yeah, and just as I said, and this will be the final note, and then we'll go ahead and end the episode. As I said before also with, in respect to TF, like, TF was frustrated because Morgana just kept pushing into his tower, and he was just getting beaten. So he was like, you know, is anyone going to help? Is anyone going to do something about this? Well, the score at the time was 7-1 in our favor. We had gotten at least 5 kills bottom with my ganking. So why would Rumble risk going middle against a Morgana who has a spell shield and could just walk out? And you also risk a Gragas coming in there and counter ganking and killing both of you. I think that actually happened once with TF. When TF and Rumble tried to work together in the mid, I think Gragas showed up and something bad happened. I can't remember. But why would you risk that when you can just go bottom and get a 3v2 and you know it's already worked because you've already killed him 5 times? So if that's open every time, why would you not keep doing that? Like, as a jungler, I'm sure people who main jungle probably know this, but you want to gank winning lanes. Like, you want to, and not necessarily winning lanes. You want to gank lanes where you know you're going to get kills, where you have the highest probability of getting kills. In a game before this one, where I got this X here, that I'm not going to publish up, it was just kind of disappointing, and there was just a guy raging the entire time. It was another mid laner who was getting crushed in middle lane. And we had a Lucian, but the Lucian in that game was not nearly as good as this Lucian is. I mean, this Lucian is not like an all-star player or anything, but he knew what was going on. Like, he knew how to play around ganks. He knew how to bait. Like, he was pretty solid. But that Lucian kept dying to the ganks. And he would just, not just to the ganks. Actually, he lived through the ganks, I think, but he kept dying just solo in lane. I forgot what they had that kept catching people out. It was Blitzcrank, I think. So he kept getting blitz hooked and dying. So it happened like 3 times in lane. But we had a Lee Sin on our team, and I warped behind him with Lee Sin probably 3 times, and we got a bunch of kills. We got 5 kills, and they killed Lucian maybe twice. So it was like 5 for 2 doing that. And Lee Sin had 3 kills. I had a couple of kills. Lucian had a couple of kills off of it. And the Jace kept saying, why do you keep ganking losing lanes? That Lucian's 1 in 5 or something like that. Well, because we kept getting kills. The 1 in 5 had nothing to do with the ganks. That was just Lucian getting caught out and killed by Alistar every time his hook was off cooldown. That had nothing to do with the ganks. The ganks were successful. We were getting a lot of kills. So as long as you're getting kills in a lane as a jungler, keep doing it. I mean, someone on your team might get upset that you're not helping them out, but I think most reasonable people will think to themselves, hey, they are completely destroying this other lane, so if I just don't die, if I just hold even, it's fine, we'll win the game. So that's the mentality that you should have. If the jungler's not helping your lane and they're doing other productive things on the map, just be aware of that. Like, there's 5 people in the game, it's not just you. Just keep that in mind. I mean, that's a good lesson for life as well, right? I mean, that could be the slogan for how to live a happy, successful life. It's not just you, right? So just think about other people. Think about what they're going through. Think about what's possible, what's reasonable to ask for, what's unreasonable to ask for. But that especially applies to League of Legends. When you're feeling frustrated that you're not getting jungler help, just think about what else they might be doing on the map. And if you are a jungler keep ganking lanes where you're going to get kills. Not only does it give you a lot of kills, but it also hurts the psychology of the other team. So someone was probably raging at Karma and Sivir for getting caught that many times, right? I'll guarantee you someone over there was saying something, most likely. Or at least they were very demoralized, even if no one was saying anything. So it really helps with psychology. Okay, that's going to be it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. I always have a pleasure broadcasting for you. If you like this content, check out the other videos. We have a ton of Tahm Kench videos. We have some Nami videos. We have some Janna videos. And I just recently did a Lulu video that I'm going to upload later today. So we have a lot of supports going on. I do play a lot of Tahm Kench. I'm trying to win. I'm trying to get to Diamond. And usually that means you have to have a smaller champion pool. I really am probably just going to play mostly Tahm Kench and maybe Janna. But I think you can learn a lot, even if you're not the hugest fan of Tahm Kench. I think he's an awesome support. He's a lot of fun to play. There's not a lot of content with him out there as support, with instructions, like I try to give. But I think there's a lot of things in this video that people could learn. And I just want the challenge of just getting to Diamond and just proving to people that you can do it with just strategic thinking, good critical choices. You don't have to be a super high cap, mechanical champion. I'm okay mechanics wise, but I'm 32. I'm not going to have the reflexes of someone that's like 14, 15 or something like that. Like my reflexes are still pretty good, but realistically, that's why you don't see a lot of pro gamers in their 30s, is because they just physically, biologically don't have the same kind of reaction time as someone who's going to be 16. But you can still get it done. You can do it with just strategic thinking. Like I said, just making the right calls. You don't have to get all the kills. You don't have to make faker plays. You can get it done. So that's what this series is all about, and I would like to take up that challenge myself and get to Diamond just playing support through good critical thinking. Solo queue, like not duo queue, solo queue. So that means I have to have a really tight champion pool that's able to work with random people very well, and Tahm Kench fits that profile perfectly. So if you enjoy that, check out the other videos. You like those, throw some likes, throw some comments. I respond to comments as fast as I can, sometimes even within 15 minutes. Not usually that fast, but often within a day I'll respond. And just like and subscribe. I'm still a very small channel. We have, I think, 42 subscribers as of the publication of this video. I've only been around for about a month and some change, but I think we're growing a pretty lively, good community here. So if you're interested in that, subscribe, help other people find this content. There's not a lot of support commentary, and there's not a lot of deep critical thinking that go into most of these, unranked to Diamond. There's some, but I think I add some unique perspective in there. And I think the fact that I'm trying to do it as a support solo queue with no duo queue is something that's pretty unique that a lot of people might be interested in watching. Not just supports, but people just who want to know how to carry without having faker reflexes, who want to know how to carry just through good critical thinking. So that's what we're all about here. We also have lots of Total War Warhammer content. If you've been interested in that, I release a video every day for the 4 campaigns that I'm doing. So we have Empire, Greenskins, Dwarfs, and Vampire Counts. So everything except for Chaos. We'll eventually do Chaos, but, trying to run 4 campaigns with an episode every day, at least 1 episode of League of Legends every day, and 1 multiplayer Warhammer battle every day, that's 6 videos a day. So that's quite a lot of content. Now, my videos don't have a ton of production value to them. Like, I don't have fancy graphics or a theme song or anything, although I'm working on it. My wife recently composed a little theme song with the band that she plays that I'm going to put on here that I think will be fun. But because I have relatively low production costs, I'm able to do 6 videos a day and give you guys just a ton of content. If you don't care about all the bells and whistles, all the cool, like skins when someone's playing and stuff like that, I'll try to add that stuff in there, but I do give you a ton of content if you watch my videos. And I skimp a little bit on the bells and whistles, although I will add some later. But if you enjoy that, subscribe, like, help other people find the channel. And yeah, I had a great time broadcasting. I hope you had a good time as well, and I hope to see you next episode. Have a wonderful evening.